Poppy and Reggie attend clubs, and today they had five-a-side football with all of the other clubs, and basically it was like a knockout thing, and then you get to the end, whoever gets to the end, all the different scout groups. Now, no wonder why I've got social anxiety, and I think it's more so of the fact that because Reggie's needs are lower needs than, obviously, for example, Elsie, because it's a spectrum, right? The spectrum is wide, and when you have a child who's on the spectrum but they are lower needs, then they get dismissed. Or people, if you're not high needs, then you're not classed as autistic to them. Although when you've told them the situation many times, and as his parent, it's clear to see, and anyone who has a child on the spectrum, it is clear for you to see when a child is on the spectrum, whether they're lower needs or higher needs. You just know. So the football, it was going so well, to be honest with you, before it started, when everyone was all coming for the first half an hour, 45 minutes. Now, Poppy and Reggie's cubs, basically, there's boys and girls in there. However, someone decided it was a good idea to put just the girls in one group, and then boys in one group with one girl in the boys group. And it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair because they're playing against other clubs, which is going to be mixed, which they were mixed. There were boys and girls. There wasn't a single girl group. So I think that was a bit unfair. So Poppy was crying about it. She was upset, but Poppy at the minute is very hormonal. And, you know, it's just one of them things. She knew she wasn't going to get to the end and win a medal because the group was put unfair. And it was. I said it to them, and I'll say it now. It was unfair. Now, I heard that it was because one of the leaders made a good, strong team and put the weak ones on the other ones, which I think was out of order because, to be honest with you, you just mix it up. Don't do that, because now the girls are playing against boys who probably go to football club and do all of this stuff. So anyway, that was that. So then Reggie's obviously in the boys group, and now Reggie is on the spectrum 100%. He's waiting for assessments, but as his mum, I know the things he does and stuff like that. You just know his needs are different from other people's. Reggie clock watches and he notices certain things. Now, Reggie was taken out of the football to be stationary to let someone else in, and then a few other people was. However, Reggie got called out for the second time, and Reggie came out crying, and it was the fact that Reggie noticed that there was one other child who hasn't been called out at all, and Reggie thought it should be fair that all of them had a turn each. So Reggie felt singled out because Reggie doesn't understand the reason for it. Now, I can't wrap Reggie up in bubble wrap or cotton wool or whatever. He needs to learn that it doesn't matter if someone hasn't been called out at all or it hasn't been done equally. That child probably got kept in because he was really good and was holding the team. However, what I don't agree with is when he's come out crying, I did see a few eyes rolling from some leaders. And when I was talking to one of the other mums, who I'm quite close with, you know, we were just saying it should be explained to him that he didn't understand, and he was proper crying his eyes out. And all that he kept saying was, yeah, but I come out twice, that person hasn't come out once. And the leader should explain to him that it doesn't matter. He got kept in for this reason. Anyway, so I was talking to the other mum and I'm like, look, they don't understand the spectrum. I've told them about the spectrum. They don't really care because he's not so predominant. And as I was in mid-conversation with the mum that I'm close with, one of the leaders, you know, came in because I was sort of saying to the mum about, you know, obviously because he's lower needs, they don't recognise it as what I'm trying to tell them. And then one of the leaders decided to basically say, well, to be fair, I've seen a few other children do that. So I turned around and I was like, look, the whole time Reggie was on that pitch, he was stimming, twirling his hair. Show me any other child on that pitch that was doing that. Show me. And he couldn't answer it. He couldn't. So just because he isn't obvious and has lower needs, stop brushing him off as a neurotypical, because Reggie is struggling a lot and he's crying his eyes out, and you can see he's struggling and he's repeating himself because he don't understand. That should be enough. That should be enough for you to recognise it and go down to his level and explain. And I hate being that parent, but everywhere I go, I'm always having to educate or speak up for my child. When my child is wrong, I tell him. I tell any of them, whether they're on a spectrum or not, because they need to learn right from wrong. But he wasn't actually doing nothing wrong. He just struggled with his emotion side. And that's okay. But the eye rolling, it don't roll with me. Anyway, I don't really have much faith in clubs, to be honest with you, no more. I really don't. I paid for their camp. It is what it is. I just don't know. If Reggie wants to still go camp, he can still go camp. But I just don't feel like they're very understanding or inclusive.